Purnamaste, Purnamaste. You know, sexuality in this world, I want to speak about this. It's considered the most filthy, most dirty, shameful. Even women are put to shame because they have a sexual organ and because they have period. It's considered most sinful and dirty, and there is a lot of suffering comes out of sexuality. Objectifications, prostitution, porn, selling its own body, suffering in relationships because of sex. Sex is good, everything else is bad, and you fight and you have good sex. Or sexual violence, sexual abuse, forcing sex, demanding sex. And so many drama and fighting there is between lovers, no? Always. But just look at it. That's why we have to reprogram from religious programs. Just look at it, what sexuality is. Sexuality is the act of bringing new life, of source, God, soul, embodying new life through that act of sexuality. When male and female reproductive cells meet, new soul enters. So sex is not filthy. Sex is actually most divine. It is most divine worship of God. It is union in love from the heart, from the soul, of two that love, two souls most intimately in the body. To make love in divine consciousness, in being love, not needing love. And loving, respecting the energy of others, the other one as it is. And then there is no suffering. It is the most intimate love in physical that we can share, and most divine. Because the reproductive organs are considered like God. In the Vedic scriptures, before the Hinduism, when Islam invaded India and demanded scriptures to change and women to be represented as Muslim women as inferior and controlled and sinful. Before that, word Bhagwan, the womb of a mother was called Bhagwan, God, Yoni, God, because it is the most sacred body part of a human being, because God creates new life in the womb. And that's why when you are in India and you go to a temple of any Indian Hindu temple, you will see a man when they prostrate and give their obeisances to the deities, to their God. You see they are prostrating, lying down, belly down on the ground. But when a woman is prostrating, giving obeisance to the deity, woman has to kneel and has to have her womb in the air, her ass up in the air. And just head, palms praying, and knees touching, and feet. Because the womb is considered to be as God, and it should not touch the ground. Just imagine, two beings uniting in true love, True love from the heart, sincere, no deception, no manipulation, no fear, no guilt, no possession, no attachment, no need for love. But being the love for you, fulfilled love, I don't need love for you. I need to love you. And in free will. And it's because we don't need energy of them. We don't need to control them. We don't need to demand love from them. We don't need to force them. We don't need to forbid them to meet their friends, forbid them to go out. We don't need to be afraid that we will lose them, forbid them to talk with others. And there's no, we respect energy of there as it is, no respect, no resistance, no control, no position, and they respect ours, and we unite, not because I need to have sex and you need to have sex, but because you would love to make love, and I would love to make love. Out of love, because we want loving each other from the soul, from the heart, most deep, most intimately in the body, because our heart desires so. Love. It's the most sacred act, the most sacred worship of God, because two souls unite in love in the body and they create new life. New God source takes life in the womb. What is there more sacred? Can there be anything more sacred in this world? No, it's not. But why then in this world, there is so much suffering through sexuality, so much sexual abuse, sexual trauma? Huh? And the sex is filthy. Because this is the inverted reality where the most holy is turned to be the most unholy. And this is the world of separation and opposition to ourselves. Everybody thinking they are their mind, they are searching for themselves, they need themselves love, and they want themselves from others. We are love. We are searching in others the love that we forgot in ourselves, covered with our shadows. So like for example, if you have compassion and love and mercy and artistic expression, gentleness, but you don't have control, you don't have order, you don't have power. But these qualities are within you, your masculine self, covered by your shadow. But then you see a man who is powerful, who is in control, who has order, who is very much planning and very much structure. And you want that from him. You see, what you don't have within yourself, but it is within you. And they don't have compassion. They don't have forgiveness. They don't have mercy. They don't care how you feel. You care how they feel. And they want that from you, what they don't have. But they don't have no compassion. They don't care how you feel. They don't have these feminine qualities. So you want to be with them to get that control, that power, that order. They have it. They have no compassion. You have it. And they don't give it to you. They actually use their power, their order, their control, their structure to manipulate you, to abuse you, to control you, so that they can get that compassion, that mercy, that artistic gentleness, that feminine love from you. You actually wanted power from them, control, structure, because actually men are abusing you, controlling you, exploiting you. and you wanted that from him, as he has no compassion. He's not giving to you, now he's exploiting you, abusing you, controlling you. So it hurts even more. You wanted to get it from him. He has it. He has no compassion, so he uses it to control you, to have compassion, to have forgiveness, to have mercy, to have love. So that then we realize that it hurts us within, we are abused within, we are exploited within, we suffer within, we want love from them within. They use us for sex then, and have us like sexual object, and like this they abuse us even more, so that we will realize that it hurts us within, that we are actually crying for the power, order, structure within us, and that it is within us. And because they are abusing us, exploiting us, sexually objectifying us, we take our power back, we take our order back, we take our structure back, we say no to them. And when we say no to them, to their abuse, to their exploitation, we get a power, we find that power, we find that order, we find that structure within ourselves. And become whole and complete. What we saw in them was actually within us. We could never get it from them. We only got more suffering to realize that what we need from a man or a woman is actually within us. And then we say no to them and we get it. So sexual suffering, because everybody needs love. So we don't love each other, we want to control each other, we want to possess each other. And the sexuality is most intimate, and when you are in love with somebody, they are your property, you want to control them, you need love for them because you didn't find it in yourself, and they are your property, and sexuality is most intimate property. And then there is jealousy, then there is control, then there is fear of losing. And fighting and drama. Because this is the world of a masculine mind ruling the feminine heart. And masculine mind has to have feminine heart under control, be her authority. So that's why it sexualizes her, objectilizes her, exploits her, sexually traumatizes her, degrades her with prostitution and porn and all these things, sexually enslave her. So you see, because what is most sacred in this world, the mind of man has abused, blasphemed, most with no respect. And that's why what is the most holy act of divine love has become hell on earth. And people all the time suffer. People all the time suffer. So the only pleasure that they have is sexuality. And then they want that pleasure and want to keep that pleasure. And then they're like masculine energy rules over feminine energy. It controls her, it is their property. And then when I want sex, you have to give me sex. There is lust. People are in separation from their self, and only in the moment of orgasm, in sex, only in that moment they can feel connection with their self, with life, with passion, with the fire in their heart. And that's why they want sex all the time. And it's the world of opposition, violation, consumption of energy, control, So they don't respect the energy of others. When they are lusty, when they need sex, they force, control, resist, try to get that most intimate what their partner can give them. And that's actually gaslighting, forcing, resisting. It's like a polite rape, like you don't want it, doesn't feel right to you. But I'm lusty and I want to enjoy and I don't care how you feel, I don't care if you suffer, I just want to have sex. And then because there's no respect for the most intimate energy of a woman, then she slowly starts blaming you, she slowly starts conflict, and there is drama and suffering. People are in separation from themselves. And then they abuse what is most intimate and most holy. And when you abuse what is most intimate and most holy, sacred love, when this is your property and you control it, you force it, you have sex when you want with whoever you want, there is problem. Suffering comes back to you. And we are in a world of suffering, no respect, no manners, dirty hell, Sodom and Gomorrah. And then the act which is most holy, most sacred. When you blaspheme that, you try to control it, use it for profit, for power and money. When you don't respect how ladies feel, you get hell on earth. You know, girls, you are dealing with another soul, man. And men, in order to get sex, to get the pleasure of their dick, they promise heaven to a girl. They promise they will live together. They promise they will build a house for them. They promise they will be their boyfriend. And they will stay with them. They will call them. They just want to fuck. And they promise all that. And some ladies are very, very sensitive like I am. They give you their heart. They trust you. And just because they believe and trust you that you will call her back, you will take her to live with you, whatever you promised, then they give you their body, their most intimate, what they can give you. And the next day you are gone, you are with another, you don't call back, you lied to them, you move out of the country. And then you violate, exploit, deceive, use the most intimate, most holy thing in this world, creation of a new child, union of souls in love from the heart. You abuse it, exploit it, use it, and then suffering comes on earth. What else did you expect? And when you objectize divine feminine, make her just an object, sexual object, you get hell on earth, you get Sodom and Gomorrah. What did you expect? It's most holy, of most holy. You will get what you giving. So what you giving? Is it what you want to get? There is attachment. This is my property. Everybody needs love and is empty. And then they need to keep each other, need to own each other, need to control each other, need to get love from each other. And there is suffering. Just imagine that you are enlightened. You are conscious of your unconscious. You are united. You have found a part of yourself that you have been searching in a woman, in yourself, or in a man. And you have now that power order. You have now that compassion, that deep feeling, that mercy, that love. And you are whole and complete. And out of whole and completion, you just want to love her with all your body from the heart. Love every part of her body with your soul from the heart. And you don't want anything from her. You don't want to control her. You don't need love from her. You are under control. You don't have lust. Your kundalini have risen through up to your head. You don't need sex. You don't need love. But you need to love because you love her. And you unconditionally respect her energy. And there's no attachment. So there's no I belong to you. There's no expectation. There's no fear of losing because I'm full of myself and full of you, love. You know? And there's no control. There's no need. There's no forcing, resisting, manipulating. Because I don't need love. I'm full of love. So there's unconditional respect of your energy. If you want to make love from the heart, and I want to make love from the heart, we make love. I love you. I want you to be happy. I want to make you happy. If you don't feel like making love, you will suffer just for me to empty my sack. Now that's some shit. And I don't care how you feel. I only care for what I want. I want to fuck and I want to come. And I don't care if you suffer. No, that doesn't happen when you're integrated. It doesn't happen when you are united. When you have your sexuality has risen through the heart, third eye, and the crown of God. That doesn't happen. You love her, you respect her energy, you want to make her happy, you want to enjoy in divine orgasms from the heart. My name actually means Purna Ananda. It's actually name of goddess of love, Radharani, and this is her name when she is united in Krishna with Krishna in highest orgasm of love, fullness and completion of the highest bliss of divine love, union of opposite. That's my name, Radharani, goddess of love, only when she's making sweet love and she's in the climax of her orgasm. That's my name. When she is not in that state, she's not Purnananda. And you want to make her feel like that only. So if she doesn't want sex, you don't. It's all about loving her, making her happy, and she wants to make you happy and love you. It's not about you getting what you want only if she suffers. So there's no resistance. There's unconditional respect of your energy. I love you, I worship you, you love me, you worship me. And we only love when we both feel to love each other. And we make love for you to experience divine bliss, ecstasy, to please you, to love you, so you can be happy. And then the souls, because we both feel so, love, our free will, our souls unite, not bodies. And source is experiencing union of opposites. Divine bliss of union of opposites, just like Radha and Krishna. Highest bliss, highest meditation, highest tantra, most divine, most holy. No attachments, no control, no need for love. I am love, I don't need you. I want to love you. There's no lust, I'm full of myself, I'm in control. But if you want to make love, I want to make you happy, I want to make you scream. It's like that. So you see, and then there's no control. There's no jealousy because I don't need you. I am joy, I am love. I don't need pleasure from you. I don't fear to lose you because if I lose you, I'm still to be that love, that joy, that fullness and completion of love. I have the qualities that are within you in myself, order, power, structure. I don't need it. I am the pleasure, I am joy. I don't need it. I love you. I want you to be happy. If you want to go, if you know more happy doesn't feel right to you, you want to go, you want to be happy, then go and be happy. Yes, I'm sad, but I'm not attached. I don't need anything from you. I love you. So go. You can never leave my heart. And then you'll love her in a moment now. And there's no opposition, no control. So there's no blame, no force, no resistance, no hate, no revenge, no deception, no exploitation, no manipulation, no gaslighting. It's just unconditional love. We respect each other's energy, how we feel unconditionally. We love each other to make each other happy, and there's happiness, joy. Heaven on earth, angels making love, divine love, love of God with our bodies. And there's no suffering, because suffering comes out of ego. Ego needs to control, ego needs to rule, ego doesn't care how others feel, and divine feminine is the path to God. So ego has to control her, and most intimate what she has, ego has to have it like property and control it, and don't give a fuck if she suffers. Just that empty your sack, and that's that you fuck, and then we suffer. But in heaven we don't need love. We are not lusty. I can go months without sex. Actually, I'm going without sex for 10 years or something like this, while I'm fully sexual. And will come. Maybe she is already somewhere. I don't know. I'm very mysterious. I give you hints, because I don't know anything. And then you understand, you see Krishna, why they were all happy. He was one, and there was 108 gopi girls. Because they did not need sex from each other. They were not attached. No one belonged to each other. They did not need love from each other. They were full of love, and they loved each other. They did not expect anything from each other. So they were not afraid of losing each other, because anyway they lost everything and they were not together. They didn't control each other, they didn't blame each other, they didn't try to keep each other. They were love and they loved each other. There was no attachments, no control, no property. So there was no jealousy, no fear of losing, and 108 girls could make love with one man. And Radharani's and his union and love only grew. Why? Why? Because you all think it's so divine to be loyal, it's so godly. The fuck it is. It is the ego. You belong to me. Your sexuality is most intimate, your property, and is my property. And if anybody else touches you, I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna kill him. I'll cut the throats. Put the 12-gauge shotgun up your pussy and his dick. There's nothing holy in this. It means that you don't trust the love. That your love is dependent. If she loves another man, if he loves another girl. Love is huge. We are love. Like Krishna loved all the gopi girls from the heart, but with Radharani they were one in the heart. Actually means you only want to control them, you keep them as your property, nobody can touch, and you know. But when your woman wants to make love with another man, first of all, you know in your heart you are one. If you will make love with another man, this cannot destroy the love in our hearts. I love you even more. Why? Because you want to make love with him. You want to be happy. I want to make you happy. I want you to be happy. So make love with him, because I love you. I want you to be happy. I love you so much. I want you to be happy. I don't own you. I don't control you. I love you and trust you so much that you can do anything, that you can go make love with another man. And I love you more. I want you to be happy. And then she'll never leave me, because I'm allowing her to be herself from the heart as she desires, as no man in this world would allow her. And then she's like, he's allowing me to do that, to make love with somebody else. Yes, I make love, I love that person, but he's forever in my heart. And then it only enhances the love. You trust her, you set her free, and you don't own her, you don't control her, you love her. It's not your property. There's no attachment, no possession, no control, no jealousy, no conflict, no drama. And that's why 108 girls could love one man. And in this world, man and woman cannot live together and they kill each other. Because of the ego. They had no ego, they did not belong to each other. There were no attachments, no sense of losing, just making love in the moment from the heart, loving you, not needing love for you, for I am love. Not needing sex from you, for I'm sex, and I just want to love you, that you are happy. I don't need you. Anyway, I went deep today. Anyway, so like this. That's why in this world there's suffering in love. And in the fifth dimension, there's no suffering in sex. In third dimension, suffering in sex. Because in the fifth dimension, we are love. We don't need love from each other. And we unconditionally respect each other's energy and honor, worship the most intimate, divine energy, act of creation of God in physical, sexuality. And we respect each other's energy unconditionally. Never resisting, never controlling, never deceiving, never lying, but loving you as you feel, wanting you to be happy. Divine love, I give you my word. That's all, I love you. But don't get any ideas. Who I'm speaking to, yes, you always get ideas. Don't get any ideas. Anyway, if you love my work and you feel inspired and your heart feels in joy to offer a donation, every single donation is welcome. No donation too big, no donation too small. I give you my word. Only if your heart wishes. So I'm so grateful. If there's any blessing in this heart, let it all go to you. I love you so much. Purnamaste. And thank you. In giving we receive. I give you my word. Love.